Turn green, turn green, turn green. Turn green. Come on. Yes. There we go. Why? Okay, not Weber. Why is my camera not working on the other side? There we go. We're back. We are back. Okay. Okay. I'm back. There we go. That's better. Hey, Tish Tosh. Oh, yeah, gotta love the lives. Yeah. Maybe for you, not for me. Oh, it's frustrating. Now I'm going to take me 5 minutes to get the stress out of me. I had to reboot my modem and stuff, and I don't understand why. I've got a big-ass hard drive. I got a ton of memory, and I don't know what it is with the live readings. They suck up a lot of resources. I'm the only one online here. I have wireless, high speed. There's no need of it. So that's all it was. It just needed to be refreshed. It uses up a lot of memory. So, yeah, cleanse, yeah. I almost need another smudge after that. My tension's right across the middle of my back. I don't like interruptions. It just stresses me out. There have been nights it's happened, and I couldn't get back on. I tried for an hour. I kept trying to reconnect, couldn't, had to stop, couldn't follow through, couldn't finish. That stresses me out. So this is going to be my last reading for tonight, which is Aries, and tomorrow I'll have to finish the 12 off with Taurus and Gemini. Yeah. I tried to get them all out before the first, but I guess it's not happening. Anyways, that's the way. Yeah, Mercury retrograde. Absolutely. All the time. You're right, and this is just the shadow. It could be worse. The last month and a half, maybe almost 2 full months, have not been easy. Working with, all the technical stuff and everything. And I was saying, like, I don't care what anybody says. I think we're all part of the ascent of the cosmos joke or something. And Mercury retrograde's really going on now. And it's just being hidden. It's like a bad joke or something. Hi, Brenda. So, yeah, it was rough. It's like, oh, Murphy's Law. It was like living in my life. It's like anything that could go wrong went wrong. Boy, oh boy, I tells ya, it's some challenging a time just getting through a day, is it not? Just getting through a day in one piece, coming out the other end still in one intact whole piece somehow. And some days are crazy, and then you get moments of absolute wonder and beauty and miracles and amazement, and it's that little dose that keeps you hooked on life. That's the way it is for me. It's that little dose of joy or beauty. And it's like, okay, I'll go through another 3 months of hell for 10 minutes of joy. I guess it's worth it. I guess, trying to talk yourself into it and stuff. So, thanks for have to, hold on a minute here. I got to scroll over to find my little buttons. Okay, that's you, Tish, Tosh. And 4. There we go. Is that done right? Why don't you guys highlight it yet? Anyway, you've been moderated. Okay, good. Good. My brain, I'm a little burned out right now. Don't expect me to understand the most simplest of I can't even talk right. Everything is complex to me when I get tired. And I think I understand something and I misunderstand it completely way off in left field. Don't be surprised. So, are you 4? Okay. Good to know. It's good to have the heads up. Oh, all the time. I just have a waiting list, Tish. I just have a waiting list. That's all it is. Just send me an email. Hold on a minute. I'll give you my email straight here. And explain to me who you are in the email so I don't overlook that little detail, right? Just entitle it reading, and I say, hi, it's me, Tish Tosh. And we'll take it from there. No problem at all. And then what I do, once I get that from you, I send you out the information sheet, and you get to pick and choose whatever it is you want. It's pretty straightforward. There's nothing fancy. You know, you go down. Are you American or Canadian, Tish? Hi, Lolita. And 4 is here, yes. Hi, Sally McNamara from London. You're Australian. Oh, okay. Okay. So you're not in Canada. All right. So e-transfer, as far as payment goes, doesn't work. You'd have to use that PayPal link. The link for me, it says paypal.me / and then my name's after that. So it would have to be a PayPal thing. So I don't even know why I brought that up. I don't normally do that. Why did I even bring that up? There was a point that I was going to make about something. It's gone now. Must have been a lie, as they say. No, I don't lie. We still got rain. I think the June bugs are gone. They're gone for the night. They're just about winding down for the season. They can't wind down soon enough for me because they love me, and I absolutely, with every fiber of my being, despise them. They're the only thing I feel like that on the planet Earth. Maybe I don't get around much. I don't know. They're the creepiest bug. They really are. I don't mind spiders on me. I don't mind other bugs on me. I just find them an annoyance, like houseflies. When it comes to June bugs, it's a whole different thing. Whole different thing. I've got my time limit out now, anywhere from 2 to 21 days. Wait. Otherwise I kill myself. It's just too much. I can only do so many a day because these are recorded. There's a lot of time that goes into the private readings. You get your money's worth. Your reading, usually, I don't put a time limit. Private readings run anywhere from 1 to almost 2 hours long. Usually average is 1.5 hours. That's the way it works out. It's just the way it always works out. But then I have to take it, I have to save it. I have to go through 3 different saves on my system just to get it to where I want to be. I have to edit it and stuff. I don't cut things out. I don't do that. It's adding my tiles and it's different things like this, transitions in there, and then it needs to be saved again and then saved again. And then the saving to YouTube starts, and that's where the breaks really come on for like an hour and a half to 2 hour reading. We're looking at usually at about 5 to 6 hour upload time. So for that one reading, we're talking anywhere like usually about 8 hours are spent and tied up with that one reading. When you break that down, what you paid for it, I'm making a whole lot of money for my time. And it slows down everything else. It slows down my internet. It slows down everything else. So that's the way it goes. So anyways, yeah. Thank you, Sally. Thank you very much. Thank you very much what you're doing there for. I just kind of caught the tail end of what you're doing. That's really good. The Aries fire. Oh, you guys are a handful. The Aries are a handful at times. A 90-day wait. Deep Purple, no. No, you got me confused with somebody else. Another channel maybe? No, it's not. It's not out 90 days. No. No. I average 1 to 2 readings a day. And sometimes I have to take a day off in between because it's extremely draining for me. I'm not a high energy person to start with. But I give everything of myself, and I bring every meaning I can out of the cards and out of the situation, whatever it is I'm hearing and I'm seeing. Sometimes, like, I may get 2 readings done. I may only get 1 reading done in a day, but it's taken up 8 to 9 hours of my day. There's the thing. By the time I finally click that final click that says send to you, I want to break open champagne and I don't even drink. I am not kidding you. It's like finally done with that reading, you know. It takes a lot, but no, it's not. It's not at 3 months. No. It's 2 to 21 days. Right now we're out about I've got to catch up tomorrow. Is what I have to do. I have to catch up tomorrow with the private readings. Yeah, thanks, Alley Cat. My nickname used to be Allie before the days of computers. I used to be the neighborhood babysitter. I looked after everybody's kids. The moms and dads went out for the evenings, and it was almost every weekend. And the little kids, the little ones, like 2 and 3 years old, couldn't say Natalie. It always came out as Allie, and it stuck. And it stuck for a long time. So naturally, fire and water, no booze needed. Natural fire water. You're making me sound like I'm native or something. That fire water away from her. That's funny. That's really cute. How much time have we wasted so far? 13 minutes. And I still haven't picked up the deck. We did get the smudge in. I put it at part 1. I saved it. And I said part 1, the smudge. And now we're into part 2 here. I'll have to change the title on it. Part 2. The reading. And even still, it's going to have to be time stamped. At 13:30. If you can remember that and make it to the video after I click close and end it. 13:30 is the timestamp. I'm looking at it. Elapsed time. There we go. Everything's so humid here. Cigarettes won't even burn. 13:30. I gotta write it down just in case. Timestamp. TS. There we go. All right. So we're gonna be in our shuffle. And if I already shuffled, wouldn't surprise me if I already shuffled and just shoved these to the side. It wouldn't surprise me at all. I don't remember. Honest to God, you get tired and burned out like this. 13:30 is the timestamp. That's right. Yeah. Let's energize here and ram on. It reminded me of my Ram truck that I used to have. And I kind of miss it. Yeah, okay. We've only got 20 in here from my count anyways on my end. So most of the people are going to end up watching the replay. So for some reason, some people don't like that. They want to be part of the live part of it all. They want to be present. So I mean, I can't drag people in. I'm thinking as well, there may be some more glitches going on with YouTube. A lot of us readers and channel owners were posting our videos, and people were not getting their notifications. And I thought, well, maybe not. Like, who knows? And then I got a newsletter from the YouTube team acknowledging that people were not receiving their notifications. People's channel owner subscribers were being taken away, so your numbers are rolling backwards. Instead of, like today, I'm looking and I'm watching people, I'm getting notifications, so-and-so subscribed, so-and-so subscribed, and that's all good. And I go check my numbers and they've rolled back by 20. Go figure. I don't care anymore. I got more than enough subscribers to keep me busy for the next freaking 10 years. I don't care. I really don't care. You know, I feel bad because some people will message me or they'll say, you know what? I was subscribed to you and I was subscribed to a few other readers and a couple other channels, and I came to come on here, and I'm on here every day, and I come on and you guys were all gone. You weren't on my list anymore of the different places I subscribed. They had just been removed. So it does happen. These things do happen. So for the new people running your channel and noticing these discrepancies, it's not you, it's nothing you're doing. People aren't dropping like hot flies because you said something wrong. It's nothing like that. It's glitches with YouTube. And sometimes I think YouTube is too big for itself, and I think it's still in the baby stages yet. I really do. They haven't perfected it by a long shot. Not by a long shot. Hi, Joey. From Vancouver in the West Coast. Welcome back, Joey. Nice to see you. I try to remember people's names, but there's another Joey from somewhere else that pops in on the... What was the second reading I did? I can't remember now. Anyways, he was on here earlier, hours ago. And I don't know where he's from. I can't remember. But you're Canadian, so I'll have to remember that. Thanks, Joey. It's nice to see you, too. Your last name, Joey. What's the heritage with your last name for Fontaine? What is it? It doesn't look Greek. It looks more Italian, something like that. Am I close? Am I hot or cold? Hi, TCD from Colorado. Welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. Colorado is a beautiful country. I've never been, but I've seen a lot of pictures. It stands before the fountain. French. Oh. I should have known that, you know, Fontaine. I should have known better. See, I'm tired. I'm not thinking clearly. Jojo, Nugent. Yes, forget you Aries are very impatient. I'm going to cut the deck right here. Hi, Brenda. Oh, good. Welcome, Brenda. Welcome. When I start the reading, I switch over to another window, everybody. That's my window, and I can't see what you guys are talking about. You could end up behaving like misbehaved kids, having a house party while mommy's gone because I can't see what's going on. I'll catch up with you, though, so don't anybody get real cute. Okay, one run through. I'm just being a smart ass, guys. We'll get down to the reading here. Yeah, I've been shuffling for almost 5 minutes. There's no need to that. I got kind of caught up in it. There we go. All right, now I am going to take and cut the deck, and then I'm going to consult with Lilith to make sure that indeed these are your cards for your spread, Aries. I better feel some heat off this reading because I've been getting heat off all the readings. They're really hot. They really are. And this is Aries. It would be really kind of crazy to not get that. Lilith. As this deck stands, the top 5 cards, the cards that are meant for this general free public reading for the sign of Aries for July 2019. Of the top 5 cards, the cards that are meant for this general Aries reading. Dear Lilith, She's starting out with a yes, and she's swinging longer and faster. She's still sticking to that track. So the top 5 cards of the cards are definitely meant for this Aries reading for July 2019. She's still saying yes, and I'm going to stop her. Manually stop her instead of letting her come. I'm putting her to bed. There we go. Good night, Lilith. You've done your job. All right. So I'm going to bring the camera down. I've got to pop over into my own. You guys behave. Behave, baby. Because I can't see what you're up to until I'm done reading. All right. Here we go. Here we go. We're going in. Your overall energy for the month of July. And July's a special month. It's a summer month, right? We want a good reading. We want a reading of ease and maybe some indulgence and maybe a little luxury. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, guys. It's something some of you have come through. You got the worst card. It really is. You got the 3 of Swords. And it's all about heartbreak and heartache. It's the heartbreak card of tarot. This is your overall energy for the month of July. This is going downhill before it's even begun. I'm not happy. Your next card, your finances, your wealth. Oh my goodness, what? The Tower. Destruction. The 3rd, your hearth and your home. You're almost afraid to look. Your family, your friends, your relationships. The thing and the people that are closest to you. The 8 of Cups. We're looking at a change. I'm feeling within the family hierarchy. There's been somebody removed. Card number 4, your challenges. If this wasn't a challenge enough. But it makes sense. The 7 of Wands. Endurance. Your final card. Card number 5. I'm feeling the heat all right, but I'm feeling it in the wrong way. Number 5 is your message from Spirit. No. No. I have, at this very second at my window, looking in at me, a moth that's about that long and like this, and he's all brown. He's not a bat. He's a moth. He's absolutely massive. He's against my screen now. He's trying to get in. There's your final card. Here's your message from Spirit. Okay, we're going to try to, there's always good in everything. I don't like that this card's coming up over and over again. I don't have good memories with this card because it did affect me in that negative way once. My skin, my hair's, I'm getting goosebumps. My hair's standing. Wow. My hands just went ice cold. I'm getting goosebumps. Wow. And I asked for good, and look what happened. Look what happened. Who is this meant for? Is it all one? Is it one piece? Is it many pieces of many stories? But the 3 of Swords, it is a nasty card. It is a, well, you know what I'm hearing? A heartless card. Even though it represents heartache, it is the heartbreak card of tarot. It truly is. Where we were having screen problems earlier, I'm just going to pop over for a moment to make sure you guys are still here. You are still here. You're still with me. Yes. Okay, get caught up in your comments, and I want to become part of them. I got to get out of there. Back in my own window again, where I can't see you guys. The 3 of Swords. The only thing, a redeeming quality, this card may have, it's a card that acknowledges that some of you have just come through a very difficult time. A lot of upheaval, a sense of chaos, a sense of loss, a sense of the ground moving beneath your feet. Every step is more slippery than the last. You can't predict what's coming. You feel vulnerable because of that. You can't get on top of everything the way you were before it happened. Whatever it is that happened to you. The card is here. The tarot is here. Spirit is holding off on the sidelines because you need to acknowledge this. It's the heartbreak card of tarot. This card brings a transient change, where something major is changing in your life. Probably where you live, or your position within the family hierarchy has changed as well. When we lose somebody within, if you have a traditional family, and you fight and you get along and you love and you hate and you get angry and you laugh, you've got all these things, experiences together, but you never walk away. If you're that type of a family and we lose somebody, the hierarchy, we all have our placement within the family, it shifts. It starts to shift. Oh, hi, Isabella. You guys just popped up in my chat in my window. This is fantastic. I just wish it was a little bit bigger so I could see it. But the card is here to tell you, we know you've just gone through something, Aries. We know you've just walked through some fire and you've come out the other end. And while you may appear unscathed, there's a lot of fire still going on inside. There's a lot of smoke. There's a lot of residue still going on from what you've just come from. This is where the card makes a space. It is now becoming a card of healing, beginning the healing stages after heartbreak and feeling heartsick. You are going to process what you've gone through, and you are going to heal from it. I don't feel this is something yet to come, a predictor. What I get from this card for you guys, Aries, is an acknowledgement directly to you from the universe. That the universe knows what some of you have just come through. Okay? And now it's telling you, you are going to process everything in a very healthy, natural way. It'll take as long as it takes. And when you're ready, the healing can begin. But you need to process and digest it first before you can even think about healing. But there is a state of healing. Sometimes this card is related to breakups, sometimes affairs, disappointments, usually with other people, but within ourselves as well. Having regrets of not making the move in that moment, not saying what needed to be said in that split second, and you've held it back, you sucked it back, you held it back. And now you're feeling regretful. Why didn't I speak up? Why didn't I make that move? God damn it, why didn't I say something? Why didn't I take advantage of that split second? I wouldn't have gone through everything I've gone through over one little wrong call. And your intuition was screaming really loud. Full operatic. You know, the warnings were there and you felt them in your gut and you didn't move. You were frozen. I'm getting that for somebody. I'm seeing that for somebody. And you live to regret it. And here you are. There's disappointment, as I said, in ourselves, in other people that we may have kind of secretly counted on or hoped against hope to get some support there, some positivity. But the positive side of this card is, if you want to call it that, it's a realization. It's a dose of reality. The positive side is you're going to see somebody for their true colors. You're going to see the truth of a situation. You're going to know exactly where you fall in this lineup. You're going to find out exactly where you stand in this lineup. This card can also signify things like real true anxiety, real true stress and anxiety, fear. It could have somebody running off to a doctor. It could get that to the point where it becomes a medical issue. You can't get past the anxiety this feeling of being gripped by fear, feeling really vulnerable to the world, really afraid. Is so unlike an Aries, but Aries have a vulnerable spot. We all have a sensitive underbelly, and maybe some of you got hit, and you just want to close the world off. I just want to close everything off. I want people to leave me alone. People may see that as a sign of fire, and others may see that as a sign of what's wrong with them. You know, and all you're doing really, in all true innocence, is you're trying to protect yourself. That's all you're trying to do. You're trying to protect yourself. It's a moment that it's not going, because we're talking Aries here. Aries, you're too full of piss and vinegar to stay down for very long. Maybe really you're not staying down, but maybe it's more like catching your breath. Okay? So that you know that you have, let's say, restock the bullets in the rifle case. You know, it's a metaphor, right? Hey, you know, those flares you pull apart for emergency after dark? Have you ever thrown one of them? You just set them off, the kind that shoot up. Not a road flare, but an air flare. Have you ever seen them? Man, I remember that. I've only seen that once. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Those things take about 25, half an hour to fall through the sky. They fall real slow, and they turn everything in the sky, everything the light hits beneath it, a bright, bright red. Everything, and it's a wide area. They're amazing. That's kind of what happens to Aries if they bottle everything up. You know, we got an air flare going off. Holy moly, run for cover. You know, Aries is coming back. Aries don't care about protocol now. Aries is held back long enough. Aries bit its tongue long enough. Aries is the bitch is back. Huh? Yeah? Huh? It's, I don't mean to laugh, but I'm just seeing the humor in it. I've got a cold. Excuse me. I got a cough. Anyway, I'm just getting a real kick out of this. Oh, Aries, you're not boring. Nobody could ever cause or accuse an Aries of being boring. They're unpredictable. They're excitable. They have a lot of color in their lives. There's pops of color everywhere. There's no black, white, and gray with Aries. There's just too much heat and passion going on. Almost all of the time. Even in the most subtle of moments, Aries will kick up a little spark of fire. It's like they can't help themselves. There's always got to be a little fire going somewhere at all times. And they can do 0 to 60 from being very calm and very balanced and very matter of fact and very logical to doing a full out screech. It's, 2 to 60. It's crazy. There's never a dull moment. There's never a boring moment. There's a lot of unexpectation. There's things that you just know that anything can come out of left field with an Aries. Of course, they're not all the same, but a lot of them are like this because I know a few. I just kind of sit back and wait for the show to start. You just never know. The advice of this card, it's the best thing you can do for yourself, is to see the truth when you've come through something. Allow yourself to feel that pain. Oh my God, what a long card. Feel the pain. Go through the experience. Keeping it real. But really know in the back of your mind, as you grip yourself through the pain, and you groan and you moan, this has all happened for a reason. It had to happen. I went through that recently. It had to happen. As much as it hurt, as much as I suffered, as much of the pain, it had to happen. You don't know why. Not a clue. Just know that it did. Heartbreak and sorrow, betrayal and loss, affairs, breakup and tears are some of the key words here. Thank goodness it's a general reading. That's all I got to say about that. Thank goodness it's a general reading. And then we get your finances and wealth right on top of it. Oh my goodness sakes. You know, in the Rider-Waite deck, it's the Tower. It's called the Tower here too, but what it is a ship caught in a perfect storm is what's going on here. This is about things falling apart in your life. And yes, it could be connected to the first card. Very well could. It almost makes sense that it would. It's picking up the pieces again after coming through something chaotic. Something where somebody felt like their whole life fell apart. In every sense of the word, nothing's the same. It's like rising from the ashes and looking around and not recognizing your life or where you are. This can run very deep for some people. Feeling like you lost control of everything. This is a card of shock and breakthrough, though. The breakthrough follows right behind the shock. There's shocks, there's always a delayed reaction. While we wrap our brains around something and make something make sense to us in some way, shape, or form, as long as we can get it to make some kind of sense. And then when it makes sense, you really chew on that and you go, okay. And then comes a relief and a breakthrough. Because you say to yourself, that's what's shocking. I didn't see this coming. This has knocked the wind right out of my sails. But you know what? If that's so, then this is so, and that is so. And this can happen, and that can happen. And these are not bad things. This is a weird, strange situation for somebody. It really is, but you're seeing the truth. You're seeing everything quite differently. Very, very differently. It almost leaves you feeling a little vulnerable because it was something completely unpredictable. We all think, even I do, there's times I get caught by surprise. I'm not thinking of a certain person. I'm not thinking of a situation. I'm in my own little world and I'm doing my own little thing and I'm so innocent. And then something comes wham right out of left field. What? Complete shock. And it's like, okay, I'm going to lose it here. You know, your heart's, I didn't do anything wrong. I try to be a good person. Why is this happening? Or what's the possibilities here? And you're thinking the worst. That's the worst thing, is thinking the worst. You can't go in that direction. But at least you're feeling vulnerable because it's something unusual. It's a challenge you've never had to deal with yet, and there it is. You feel like the rug being pulled out from under your feet, but you are Aries, and you always rise. Nothing stops an Aries. They are an unstoppable force. Sometimes they're chaotic. You go off half-cocked, and you're just riding on pure emotion. And you can get yourself and land yourself in trouble that way and make things a little worse than maybe what they were because you went off on emotions. You didn't use your logic at all. But if you keep that balance within you, Aries, you'll always reach for logic, and you know that there's a fine line between intellect and logic and emotions and feelings. There's a fine line, and sometimes situations, they shouldn't cross over. You insult the intelligence by letting emotions come in and nudge it a bit and have an impact of some kind on it. And it's the same go for emotions and love and feelings. The intellect moves in and logic moves in, and it takes away that magic. You see, you got to keep them separate. You can't cross the two. They don't really complement each other. They each have their own duty to do. You know, there are times to be logical. There really are, more than not, and realistic. And then there's times where that has nothing to do with emotions and feelings, absolutely nothing. They don't compute with each other at all. They're speaking different languages. They have different purposes. Here's the thing. Excuse me. Because this is a general reading, some of you are you're going to be able to rebuild if something has fallen in your life and something's come crashing down around you, literally or metaphorically. You are going to be given a chance and an opportunity here So you listen for it, you watch for it, you wait for it, it'll come. But you're going to have an opportunity to rebuild what has fallen. You'll get it back. And you may end up even further ahead than what you were the first time, which would be a real, true, wondrous thing to have that happen. The advice of this card for you, Aries, you really, if you don't surrender to anything in this life realm, you need to surrender to the universe. There's no escaping that and no getting away. You need to open yourself up emotionally and bare your sensitive underbelly to the universe. You need to do that. 150% trust on everything. And everything is emotion. And everything is love. It just is. All the logical and the intelligent stuff, that's all terra firma stuff. But the love, the emotions, we're talking a whole different world here. You are going to be able to rebuild, but you need to surrender to the universe. You need to give up control to a point as well and trust in the universe. And trust that there's going to be new ways of thinking for you. New ways of living. A new way of relating to life itself. This will be life-changing for some of you. It will become life-changing for some of you. But you are going to come back from it. I can tell you that. You are going to come back from it. This is a card of breakdowns and endings. Chaos. Surrendering to the universe, the higher power. Experiencing a breakthrough. A beginning somewhere. Somehow there is a beginning. Enlightenment is a big word with this as well. It's a really big word. Your next card we're looking at here is the Eight of Cups. And this 8 shows up a lot. It's one of the regulars. Excuse me. It is one of the regular cards. It's always lurking in the shadows. 8s bring about change in tarot, and changes can affect every single part of our lives, of course. I usually, with this card, I will say to the viewer, this card won't change your whole life overnight, kind of a thing. It's not going to be that kind of a change. It'll be a big change, but it'll just be one section or one arm of your life. I'm not feeling that tonight. Because of your first 2 cards, I'm just not feeling that tonight. A damn thing tells a story for you readers out there. I don't know what to say. Huge, huge. You're not going to... I think I've said it twice. You won't recognize your life a year from now. You'll look back and you say, I don't even know how I got here. It's not worse. It's not... Why don't you come in your own door? Go around, Stewie. Come in your own door. You hear him? I swear to God, if I open that door and a June bug comes in, I'm going to skin this cat alive. Of course I won't. I'm going to want to. Gotta let the pet in. Hurry up. Come on. Hurry it up. Quick. Hurry up. And let no bugs in. Okay. He would just howl. He would demand that I hope he's got his own door that he can come in and out of, but no, he had to come in this way. Okay, huge change. This is a life change for somebody out there. I'm not sure what it is. When you're ready, the changes will come. Oh, boy. Some of you, you're going to feel a calling, and it'll be like take your leave and go. Very cut and very dry. Wow. Why did this reading have to be like this? It's Aries, for heaven's sakes. Some of you would be severing commitments with other people. You won't get drama where you think you will. You're expecting drama from certain people. People being upset, feeling betrayed, feeling abandoned, feeling it's not going to be as bad as you think. Some of you have to move forward. You have to move on. You may be hesitant to do so, but you know in your heart, this is the way to go. I need to turn this way. I need to go this way. This is what's going to work for me. It's time. It is time. There's all these different things coming in all at the same time. The thing about the general readings, you get mixed messages. What's meant for one's not meant for the other. Some of you are just looking for a change of scenery. More curious about the world than you used to be. You want to start you want to live more outside. That would be Aries. Outside your safety zone. You're going to be testing other waters. Put it that way. Other waters, other areas, places you've never been before. Really challenging yourself. And some of you are going through something, you're coming out the other end of it, and you've just gone through something. You say, I'm never going to live a passive life again. I'm always going to be the first one out the gate if I can help it. I want to live my life in full living color. I don't want the proverbial safety net maybe that everybody else wants. Be careful in your choices and your decisions, because you'll have to live with them for a while. So you're being forewarned there. It's good to invite change into your life. It's not a bad card. It's not a bad thing to do that either. But some of you are headed on a journey. This could be literally going on a journey, or in metaphoric ways, starting your life over on a journey. This sort of a thing. I'm sure you know what I mean. Somebody could go on vacation, and that could change your life as well. Taking yourself away to someplace new and different, someplace that's not familiar, the way your world is. Others, this could just be innocent, regular trips away. Maybe you're thinking, if I want to start over, where should I start over with? So what I think I'm going to do, maybe every other week, or maybe just once a month. We'll pile in the car. We'll pick a spot on the map. What's the economics there? You look over all of that and you say, there's a possibility. Let's go there for the weekend. This sort of a thing. Making plans for the future and actually following through with a few of them. They're not just daydreams. These are real plans that you will follow through with. It takes a lot. It would take an Aries to do that. Even if they were afraid, they would still move through. Follow your heart and go forward is the only advice that comes off this card. You follow your heart, you listen to your intuition, you check out with the universe, and if all looks well, then go for it. Don't hold back. Endings and departures, journeys, movement, transition. Vacation, travel are all a part of this card. There's a change going on in the home, with your home life, where your home is, how you live. There is a change with this card for some of you. For some of you. Whew. 2 more to go. The 7 of Wands. Very simple card. 7s are all about possibilities. Sevens are a good number. I like sevens. I don't know why, but I do. Um, this seven here is the Seven of Wands. So again, Aries, we're looking at fire. We're looking at gumption. Um, I've never noticed that now. There's just one on this card that has a face on it. And I don't think it's supposed to be that way. Maybe it is. Never noticed it before. There's a face in one of the wands up in the corner here. It's a smiling face, a happy face. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's kind of blurred. Anyways, this is a card about having the endurance to get through whatever it is that that's being presented to you. You will surprise yourself and recognizing that and acknowledging that as well of how much you're really capable of. We're always stronger than we think we are, than we think that we know that we are. And no one's more surprised when you come out the other end. I swear, some of you Aries, you're like little demons. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but you're like cute little devils with horns that only come out once in a while. And, you know, they're the ones that are dancing around. Na 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 boo boo. This kind of thing. It just cracks me up because the way sometimes Aries is very daunting. They will taunt fate. I dare ya. You know, they're this kind. They live on the edge, and sometimes they come through something and they're still in one piece. They go, "Wow, even I can't believe I'm still here after all of that. I can't believe that there's not a price to pay for this. Oh, there's a price here. It'll come in its own good time." There could be a dispute going on here between a relationship. You're being encouraged at this point, no matter how devilish you're feeling, and full of hellry. Calm it down a little bit. Rein it in a little bit. You may have a situation on your hand where you're left feeling like you're fighting for something. You're fighting to hold on to something. You're fighting for a way of doing things that it remains that way. I'm hearing for somebody. And on the other end of that, somebody's fighting for new ways of doing things. Very, very strange. Very, very strange indeed. Integrity comes into play here. Whatever this involves for you, please do not. Don't put your integrity at risk for anything nor anybody. The universe watches. It truly does. Stand your ground. If you find yourself in a situation where you're fighting for something, like you could be fighting for your relationships, something to do with a there could be a direct resistance to any of your plans that you had as well. People trying to trip you up. Somebody in your life trying to hold you back. They're not holding you back out of resentment or not wanting you to move ahead or anything. They're holding you back because they don't want to lose you. And they feel there's a chance that they could. And this is why they're holding you back. Or at least they're fighting to hold you back. You may find yourself defending not just yourself, though. Somebody may be thrown kind of in the front of the group kind of thing. And you're speaking for more people than just yourself at this point. This isn't just about you anymore. This is about a certain group of people. I don't know what that means. Aries, I don't have any idea what that means. I'm not getting anything beyond that. It just shows you standing in front of a group of people, and you are the speaker. You are speaking on a group's behalf. This could be a community thing. It could be a work thing. It could be a family thing. Whatever it is, not everybody's on the same side. You're on one side and they're on the other, and you're fighting for it. Okay. Whatever it is, make sure you communicate clearly, that your communication is wide open. There's no mistaking at all what needs to be said, what needs to be done. When everything is out in the open and you're sure that the other side is out on the open, everybody's got their cards on the table, not until then do you start to negotiate anything. And if the other side is saying, well, we'll agree to this, we'll agree to that, or we could do it that way. And when they say you could do it that way, there's something wrong there, and you feel that it's wrong, that it's not right. You're to take the higher moral ground no matter what. No matter if you're going to lose out, you're going to be left behind, it doesn't matter. You have to keep your integrity intact, and you need to take the higher moral ground. As tempting as it may be to take the other way, do not do that. If you do, you'll answer for it. There will be an answer for it. Your endurance and your courage are very, very strong at this time. And as long as you stick to your guns and do things properly, and you know right from wrong, you'll be a success. Everything will work out in your favor without a doubt. This is a card of resilience. It's a card of building protection. It's a card facing and taking down opposition, claiming territory, using the force and being the force if it's called for and it's truly needed, and resistance. You're going to be standing your ground here on something that's going to call for the more serious side of Aries. And when they know their stuff, they know it inside out. There's nothing unsure here, because for a moment it almost felt like you weren't quite sure. But no, that was covered by, oh, yes, they will. More confidence. Going into something and not sure about your confidence level, you're a little unsteady, but you can't back off now. You can't stop now. You've got to follow this through. As you're following it through, you knew more than you thought you did. So you're giving yourself credit going, okay, well, maybe I was on the right track to begin with. My predictions were kind of on. And the further you get into a situation, the easier it's getting. It's not getting harder. It's getting easier. You're becoming more mastering whatever it is. You're on top of it. The next card we're looking, which is your last card, and it is the card of death, which just basically means a transformation is going on. That's all it is. Very much like the fishing dory in this picture. Very much like this boat. This boat did not die when it sunk to the seabed floor. There was no such thing as death. It didn't work that way. What it is this ship, this boat, not a ship, it's a boat, it's a fishing dory, has been repurposed in some way, shape, or form. It used to carry fishermen out to sea. They fish their wares and make their living. And it got old and well used. And one day she sunk to the bottom of the seabed floor. And the net's on her bow, and there's a net on her stern. They're holy, they're ratty. Her sides are kicked out, but you know what? She's a whole ecosystem within herself for somebody else. Just because one thing, the message is, just because one thing ends doesn't mean it's the death of it. And it's the death of you or the end of you. It is not. It is not. We still have purpose. We're still here to serve a purpose. And being repurposed is not a bad thing. That's really a good thing. You don't just become one thing and then die at all. It's like if you're female, and it's the same for males. You know, you're a child, you live through that, you move on to your teen years, you move in through that, and now you're an adult, and you think, well, this is the way it's going to be right to the end. No, no, no. No, it's not. You know, you become a mom, you become a dad, you're now somebody else, and you're walking through the motions every day. And you think, well, this is it for the rest of my life. Not entirely. And then you become middle age, and you say, well, this is it for the rest of my life. Really? Where's that written? I don't see it written anywheres. We can be repurposed. We can change direction anytime. Anytime. And chances are, whether you realize it or not, things do change direction, whether you have any part in it or not. Next thing you know, you're going, hey, I used to, and I'm not anymore. And now I'm something else and something new, and there's different things to look forward to. There's different things to do. There are different rules that apply, rules that don't apply anymore. You become more free-spirited. It's a shame, really, that our bodies get old and tired and worn out as we get older, because for somebody like me, getting ready to hit a big number in my age, it's a milestone in my life. And, you know, I have more freedom and more confidence and more sure who I am at this age than I ever was in my life. And really right now I'm ready to start living. But yet my body says something different. And it's not fair in a lot of ways. But that's what happens. There's an expression that says, if you want to give God a good laugh, you just tell him your plans. Enough said on that. This is your last card in your reading. This is a card, and Tarot and Spirit want you to know the changes that come into your life that I was just speaking of, to embrace those changes and hold on for the ride. There's no way avoiding it. It's coming after you. It's coming after me. It's coming after all of us. There are changes, and we have to learn to embrace those changes and trust in the universe that we're being carried into an area in our life that we're going to be in for a while. We're going to learn lessons. We're going to grow through it. We're going to walk through it. We're going to absorb it. It's going to become an essence, a part of the essence of what makes us up as a spirit. You're more well-rounded. You're well-learned. Trust more in the universe as part of this, but embrace some change. This is also maybe a card of death, and when things end at this time in your life, there's final as death. There's no coming back. Anything that's removed from your life is leaving a wide gap opening, waiting for whatever's meant to come into your life and take up residence in that space to become a part of your life again. It's as a card as much of death, but even more so, it's a card of rebirth. We're constantly being reborn. We're constantly serving another purpose. It's a card of endings. It's a card of changes. It's a card that leaves us with a feeling of relief, because we know there's a release that's ahead of us that's going to make life that much better. It's a card of conclusions. It's a card of endings. The famous last words. That was your reading. What are we in? An hour and 3 minutes. Well, not for the whole reading, but the whole video is an hour. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know what you guys thought of that reading. Thank you for being here with me this evening during this live stream. It's always interesting as well. I'm going to pop back over to see what kind of a mess you guys left behind. You got the house, you brought the roof down, didn't you? You guys are sassy. Sassy, sassy, sassy. Yes. But if you want a private reading, then you look below the video window in the show more section or the description box, and you just read through once, and you ship me off an email to the email you see. That's the only one I have, and you I'll get you taken care of. What it is you send that off, say you'd like to have a reading. I send you out an information sheet once that happens, and then you get to pick and choose whatever it is you feel comfortable with. There's different readings, and there's some at the lower end as well. Pendulum readings and 3-card spreads, and of course there's the Celtic, and then there's Mysterious Deep, and the whole bit. So there's some choices there that weren't there before. Anyway, I got to put my glasses on. I just can't even look at this screen. And I've got my screen automatically to like tone down the white background when it gets dark for nighttime view. It's not helping any. You're very welcome, Brenda. That is my email. Thank you for. You guys are really like, you want my cigarette exit. Yeah, I've got a vape here too. So I kind of bounce in between the two of them. But if I light that up on I find I'm doing this because they put up so much vape, so much fog You can't see 2 feet in front of you. It's the only drop back with them. Um, yes, correct. Thank you for. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to stop this. Try to get in time stamp the reading as well. We'll get the timestamp put in on that. I managed to get in and do the last one. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Anyways, I'm going to stop for tonight. I got 2 more readings to do for tomorrow, and I don't know what time of the day. As far as my moderators go, I have no what time of the day at all. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Joey. You're very welcome. You're starting a new job on July the 3rd. That is really awesome. Everybody congratulate Joey and wish him the best. That's just wonderful. You're very welcome, eccentric. No problem at all. Good night, Jojo. You have a nice night too, Joey. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate your help. You do a great job at moderating, by the way. Good. You be determined, Catherine Chittick. You be determined. Because that's what, that's what it's all about. Yes, I'm sorry, Joey. I'm sorry. That goes either way. Ha 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 ha. Good night, Jojo. Oh, good, Joey. I'm glad. I'm really glad. Thank you very much. As long as you're comfortable in here, it's the main thing. Yes, everybody, thank for your likes and whatever else you guys had going on there. Thank you very much for your time and coming in. I'm going to stop for now. I'm going to say I hope you all have a wonderful July. Heads up, chins out, chest back, right? Shoulders back. Be proud, stand tall. You are all a ball of fire. Every last one of you. You're absolutely amazing people. Anyways, the best of luck. Please keep the peace in you can share the love and the light out with the rest of the world. You guys are more than a light. You're beyond a light. You're amazing. You live your life. You're living under the microscope of the universe. Watch your thoughts, watch your actions. If you let that sink in, that can transform who you are and how you view life as well. All right. Anyways, I'm going to say goodbye for now. And I wish you all the best of the best. I hope to see you all back here for the middle of the July readings. Good night for now. Take care, everybody. And those in the U.S. and those in Canada, enjoy your long weekend as well. Goodbye for now.